Welcome back to the show, everybody. How's it going?
Woo! Woo! Let's hop right into it, man. There's a lot. I got a little more than we normally do on a show, so we're gonna have to get through these kind of quickly. So I wanna jump off, and I wanna start bringing up that chart. I wanna bring up the chart. You guys want it? We wanna bring it to you right here. So this is kind of a high-level view, but I really feel like it gives a very crystal clear picture. Now this is Bitcoin, but this is the Bitcoin weekly chart. So each candlestick that we're looking at right now is 1 week of time. And as we can see, we had two major drop downs, which is our big correction. Okay, and now we're coming into this consolidation phase where we're just squeezing from the top and squeezing from the bottom and really evening this thing out and making it almost just a straight flat line. Beep. Like, hello, okay, let's clear, let's revive.
Bring it back to life.
So that's just kind of a high snapshot view of what this pressure from the top and from the bottom is looking like. And we're feeling that pressure from the guys upstairs. So let's talk a little bit about that pressure.
I mean, we've this fixed cross, this giant square that's been happening is coming to an end. We are relieving of that pressure, but we're starting a new pressure, the Saturn squeeze as we call it, which is the same thing we've experienced in April, same kind of thing we experienced a couple months ago when it was an opposition. Well, now it's a square here to the Sun and Mercury, to squaring Saturn. The Sun is now moving into Libra in a couple of days here. And so it's just now beginning. Like when I look at the chart on my end, it's like these red lines will indicate when something is squaring, right? So like Venus is moving away from the square to Mars. It's moving away from the opposition to Uranus, and we've lightened up, which is really, really nice. But then it's like the Sun and Mercury are right there, just beginning to square. It's like just the tip of the iceberg to squaring Saturn right now. Mm-hmm. So it becomes exact on the 23rd for Mercury, right? Exact on the 23rd for Mercury. So we have the messenger, the trader of goods, squaring Saturn, the tester of time, the tester of limits. Now, this is a little different from what we'd experienced back in April with the square, right? Because we were in the sign of Aries, which is self. Self, 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 self. Well, now this pressure is not about self, it's about others, because we're in the sign of Libra. So this has to do with what's mine, what's yours, what's ours, right? And we're going to experience that for the next couple of months because Scorpio is kind of a similar, it's shared resources. So it's Libra, then Scorpio. So the square, we're getting hit with 1, 2, 3 right in a row. So first is the square to Mercury on the 23rd. I would expect to start to see that more prevalent around the 22nd, 22nd, 23rd, 24th is the full moon between Aries, full moon in Aries, Sun over here in Libra. What's mine? What's yours? What's ours? Me, I, this is what I need to survive. And it's just like, there's enough for everybody. There's enough for all of us to get in this. And then on the 26th, Sun squares Saturn. So these three kind of, triple threat, bam, 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 right in a row, that's this pressure that we're going to be seeing right now in a couple of days. Mm-hmm. And then it should lighten up a little bit after that, this little tug of war. But after that full moon, after this two squares, things really start to look good down the road.
And it's fantastic because we have these hard aspects and we have these positive aspects and we see the ebb and flow and how often they have. I mean, you guys remember when we talked about the solar and lunar eclipses, I mean, we really just saw like the tops and the bottoms of these hills and dips that we move through. So these are almost like these turning points that we're seeing. And now we have these back-to-back ones, 3 days later, 2 days later, 4 days later, that we're seeing that we're really just going, brr, 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 brr. Like I said, we're playing Pong in like those tight quarters and the pressure is just kind of squeezing and squeezing and squeezing to once again create this flat line. And the patterns that we've been talking about are just matching up so beautifully with the charts. And we'll see what happens. I know everybody's going to start getting all excited about September 30th when they come back around with Bitcoin ETF news. Good, bad, and different. So we'll see how that kind of plays out in the market.
You know what's really funny that you say that's on the 30th, because the 29th we have we're having a lot, just how everything is playing out right now. We've been experiencing, grand fire trine, grand earth trine, grand, and we're about to see a grand air trine happening. These trines are not something that happens every year. This is not super common. It's just the way that everything's spaced apart right now. So this trine is like super flow. It's just like it's easy to pass this information.
I like
and
this
it happening in an air sign, it's all about information, communication, information, trading information, and bringing it to the light. So that's the 29th. When I was looking through the chart of like what's to come, that was like a really cool positive aspect. So it's like funny that we're getting hit like the 23rd, the square, the 24th is the full moon, the 26th, the sun squares, which again, all of these are like, because it's hard, these are hard aspects. And then we have this like, but, like the clouds part and the light shines down and there was the voice and there's, whatever that voice is. I have no idea what's going to happen, but it was just like, okay, there's going to be some information that's coming out. I don't know what day is the 29th. Like, what day does that fall on? Do you know?
Leave us a comment below. We shut off the cell phones.
I want to say it's Saturday. I think Sunday is the 30th. I think Sunday is the 30th of September.
I'm going to leave it to you on that one. I got nothing.
Yeah. I just know what happens.
You're the one that looks at the calendar all the time.
Different calendar. Yeah.
But we'll definitely keep you posted on the news. We'll be eyeballing what's happening around Bitcoin ETF, and I'm now looking forward to it with the type of patterns that we see, kind of overlaying what's to come. Mm-hmm. What's to come? More to come. More to come. Now this one I'm almost at a loss for words, as you can see. I'm very excited about. So my Ethereum wallet, my Ether wallet, Mu, to all of those of you are familiar with Mu, is coming out or has now out on Apple iOS an app for my Ethereum wallet. So all of your ERC20 tokens, all of you individuals that use my Ethereum wallet in conjunction with your hardware wallets and things like that, I can't wait to see this app and roll it out. I might even go as far, I haven't decided yet, but go as far to ask somebody with an Apple device, I know this never happens, just to see it in action. Not really, I'll probably just watch all the YouTube videos. But we're gonna be doing a review coming up because within the next month, they're gonna be rolling it out for Android. But I don't think I can wait. I think I need it, and I need it now.
Just so we can talk about it.
I am so excited because I can't wait to see what kind of maybe cold wallet opportunities that it could possibly have. This was news to me, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't even got enough chance to do the research, otherwise we would have been talking about it already. So next show, we'll definitely be bringing that up to the table, even if it's on an Apple device. Sorry to all of you Apple lovers out there. It's just not my thing. So, Amazon. So, we've all, when Amazon, when Lambo, when Moon, when Amazon, right? Like when Starbucks, when McDonald's, right? When are these big businesses going to jump into the cryptocurrency game? Well, there's been actually several articles out there floating around right now talking about Amazon's going to be in the crypto game. Now we have proof. And for those of you that may or may not have read these articles, yes, it is true that Amazon did register some fancy looking crypto domains, including Amazon Ethereum, Amazon Bitcoin, Amazon cryptocurrency, Amazon cryptocurrencies, and 2 or 3 other ones. But this is old news.
We talked about it months ago on the show. They did this back in February. Yeah. So unfortunately, if you guys don't, hopefully you all have more of a life than I do, than just looking at articles and papers and research papers all day long. This is old news. So I personally, I don't think it's anything to get too excited about. I'm not going to be sitting there waiting for the Amazon ICO to come out with the Amazon coin. I think it will happen eventually. I think it's going to be a game changer when it does, but I think we're still a little ways off. Let's just for a moment talk about it, because and where we're headed in a big shift come November as well. We'll talk about it more a little later. We'll get to that specific. But anyway, where we are headed with the time, and we talk about this all the time, is a community trade. And it's, the hand in hand together. It's just like I lift my brother up and my sister up, and we lift, they lift me up at the same time, and we can accomplish more together than we can as individuals. Now, Jeff Bezos and his scheme of Amazon is the exact opposite of where this crypto community is really, what it is about, and where we need to be going with it. I mean, this guy has single-handedly, business is business, and protect yourself at all times. And all this, but taking a loss, doing what he did to drive the other markets so they couldn't compete. Basically, he went at a loss for so long that he sold books and sold all these different things so cheap that no other company, brick and mortar or online company, could compete. So he monopolized the industry of online, you know what I mean? Like now people go straight to Amazon, not on Google, it's the home thing. It's what I need to go for, whatever it is. And it's just like, that's not the crypto world that I want to be a part of. That is not the community that's going to get us to these great things, because somebody like that, I want to be careful how I say that, but can really hurt. Can really, really hurt, and especially if they're just playing with money. There's so much money when you are the richest man in the world. It's a lot of power. There's a lot of power because you have a lot of votes. And you can literally, he could, put something in here and raise the price of it up, and easily, it's just like, oh, sweet, let's jump on, it's like, let's jump on the Tron train, rising up to 30. Well, I took mine, and now sinking it back down to 3 cents. And it's just like the little guys are the ones that are hurting. And it's like, does he seem like a guy that cares? Does he seem like a company? And I am going to direct exactly Jeff Bezos with Amazon, because that's him.
Absolutely, it's fair. It's
right.
Quite fair.
Does he seem like a fair person? No. Does he seem like a guy that cares about the little people? No.
So I'm glad you bring that up, and while we're on this subject, I would love to hit on that. So so many of you guys out there,
I'd like to hit it too.
I'm gonna go and hashtag Black Mirrors. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen Black Mirrors, Netflix, check it out. But there's one on there where essentially Amazon basically turns into robots and packages everything to themselves and distributes them all over the world. So the thing that's happening, and it's also happening on the government level, okay? So once you become the monopoly, aka America, US dollar, forcing other countries to use our US dollar as trade, now we have the tariff wars. Now every time somebody goes, no, we don't want to use the dollar anymore. Okay, we're going to tariff tax you $100 billion. What do you think about that? Their economy goes down, hence our economy goes down. So by default and by design, it is not sustainable, ladies and gentlemen. So we just did a big presentation not too long ago on this, and once we get the films, we're going to release that, but it discusses what's happening and why the bottom is going to fall out on these big companies. Why? Because like he said, hand in hand we walk together, and we are so much stronger. The sharing economy is going to blow. It's going to destroy big business. I'm talking if you got a chainsaw in your garage and you can put that out there. You can Uber your own car services when you have. You can rent this equipment, that equipment. You can buy a bike and put it out there and put a chip on it and rent it to anybody, and they can leave it all around the world. You don't even need to know where it's at. And the ease of use from buying things and owning things is going to be obsolete. We're not going to have to do it. We will be so much richer when we don't own all of this crap and we start sharing. That is going to be some of the most amazing things that we are going to see. I'm very passionate about this, ladies and gentlemen. I am.
Get excited.
But, so to your point, the problem is already being worked on, and I can't wait. And that's why I'm so hashtag pro crypto. I love that. That's what I believe in. That's why I do the show. That's why we talk to everybody that watches us. Thank you very much. And those are the types of changes that we're going to see. And it's difficult while the haze is in the air. And like the haze of Amazon cloud, right? Like just floating in front of everybody. It's difficult to see through that.
It's true.
It really is.
And it's just this big tug of war that's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I loved it. You know, Krishna just posted this thing on the Crypto Cosmic group page about, you know, people, the percentages of people who think, you know, it's done or it's a bubble or it's this. 50% of people are like, no, I am not. It's here to stay. I have 100% faith in it.
Yeah, when will you give up hope?
Yeah, it's like never giving up hope because we know that this is the future. This is the way to go. Thank you, Krishna, for, you know, posting that. That was awesome, man. And so
I mean,
that's where we're headed.
We've opened up Pandora's box. We know, short of destroying the internet or taking out the world's power, you can't get rid of it. Nobody can. It's all of us seeing that the system that's being built is sustainable, and there are those that are believing it and carrying it forward, and it's going to show. I mean, it's going to shine so bright that people are just going to look at it and go, "That's a great idea."
It's gonna be a no-brainer, right? Us fearless, you know, warriors on the front lines. It's what it takes. We have to lead the way right now, fearlessly, without doubt. We're not going to let these, you know, people from the first episode here, the guys with the bigger hands pushing you out because they're calling you out. And it's just like, you know what? I'm going in too, buddy. We are in this toe-to-toe, shot for shot. Let's go.
Yep. Amazon's efficient by all means. They do a lot of things right. But it doesn't mean it's the best way.
Wrong.
It doesn't mean it's the best way. And we're going to see that. It's going to be tested, tried and true. So back in action. So I mean, last week we talked about some top 10 coins under $1, and Ripple was way high up there, and Ripple, you know what? They're now available to use on YouTube. Yes, YouTube and Twitch, and also putting together modules that individuals can accept XRP on their website. Fantastic. We're getting more and more use out of cryptocurrency that we can plug in where we need to plug in, small businesses, things like that, to be able to make these transactions quicker, faster, stronger. XRP, thank you. I mean,
it's going to
you
be
guys
great
have done a
once
great job.
When we get there, I mean, constantly, every time I put that stupid chip, I used to like the swipe. I don't know why the magnetic strip is no good. Because this chip is just like beep, 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 beep. It reminds me of like dial-up internet. I'm like, am I ready to pull this thing out yet? I'm like, dude, I can't wait till I just go show it to the phone. Bye, cashier person.
Well, and the strip is not going to go away. The strip is going to be a great bridge for individuals on a comfort level as well to be able to go, I'm familiar with this. I'm okay with this. This is okay in my mind. This is reachable. It's tangible to me. So, you know, we're seeing those things in companies like Backed that's going to be coming up where I want to pay with Bitcoin. You want to get paid in Chinese yen? We swipe my card. It happens, does its little auto magic thing in the air, and poof, we got Chinese yen coming out the other end. Like, that's how it's going to happen. So whether you want to use a card, whether you want to use a phone, I'm with you. I want to use the phone too, man. I think that's super stellar, like in the movies.
Yeah, just done with the card thing.
I love it. So, last but not least, I want to talk about Bitmain. Bitmain, the giant of the Bitcoin mining industry, Bitmain, who owns 40? Probably it's more like, it used to be 42. Probably about 2 months ago, 42% of the mining industry. They're probably right around 45, 46% now. So Bitmain is the main competitor of creating Bitcoin mining machines that are configured to run this Bitcoin algorithm super fast. They make special little computers called miners. And there's been quite a few articles out there going, hey, Bitmain is looking kind of in the red, you know, with Bitcoin's price supposedly supposed to be above 7,000, 7,400, right around there.
We're about 1,000 shy of that.
We're about 1,000 shy. So now, I mean, while they were making great money back in December and January, they're not making near as much money right now, and they're probably, you know, trying to stay afloat at this point.
Right, the power consumption is not equaling the monetary income.
Absolutely.
Or the value of mined coin. Really.
So everybody's like, well, is Bitmain going to go bankrupt? Well, you know what? They haven't been releasing any new technology in terms of their machines. So these mining machines that come out, they're only good for approximately 2 years or so. And then it's obsolete. You know, they found another prime number and they can make another supercomputer or however that works. And now it can do it twice as fast, so you become twice as more efficient. Well, if they're having troubles releasing new equipment, are they not having the R&D money? Are they not? Or do they make some bad decisions in the Bitcoin area, which is some of the rumors that are going around? We're going to see. But being 42% shareholders, I'm going to say shareholders lightly, but 42% of the mining companies that are out there, like these are giant pools. I'm talking millions of computers, ladies and gentlemen. They're huge. They own 42% of the miners out there. But now we have other companies that are, yeah, well, we're not as focused as you as on creating this giant mining pool. We're looking at creating bigger and better machines. So I see this playing out as they might lose some of that gain that they've had on the rest of the groups, which is great because it's going to become more dispersed. We're going to have bigger competitors doing different things to hopefully keep the mining pools even and keep that 51% consensus just out of question. And by that I mean, because I get ahead of myself sometimes, if we have 51% consensus, then you have the ability to change the blockchain. Now, of course, it's much more valuable not to hack the blockchain. Because if you have 51% of the mining computers, well, you're making, I don't know, $2.6 billion a year, I think is the statistic on that. So it becomes much more lucrative to just keep doing what you're doing than trying to hack or change something on the actual blockchain, for those that you might not have known how that works. But we've really seen a big turn in this company to kind of give the other guys this chance to get ahead. So
yeah, let's take a quick second when you say hack the blockchain.
Let's hack the blockchain.
Yeah, because that sounds, like a red words, that's going to strike fear. Like, well, wait, they can hack the block. How does the, So let's just elaborate on that for a quick second. It's not meaning
absolutely
tampering with in a sense of modifying it in a negative way. That it's. Yeah, just elaborate.
So let's bring it down to a simple level. Let's just say there was 100 machines out there mining Bitcoin, just to keep it
100.
Point blank. 100. So there's 100 copies of the blockchain out there. Each machine has a copy of the blockchain.
This one goes down, these 99 still have it. This one gets rebuilt, the information goes back to that, these 3 go down, these 97 still have it, and so on and so forth.
Correct. So it's like we have 100 clouds all in one. It's like a super cloud. So we have what's called a consensus. So all of these computers are mining or validating these transactions that are happening. So every time we get a block, so 1 block per 10 minutes, everybody, 1 block per 10 minutes, and then the fastest person to get that block goes, I got it. Okay, and then everybody else is like, okay, I got it too. Okay, I got it too. Okay, I got it too.
Verifying.
So now we're getting these verifications that are going, yes, we agree with you. Yes, we agree with you. Yes, we agree with you. Well, you have to have, if one comes up and goes, no, we don't agree with you, we got something different, everybody else turns around and goes, huh? Okay, well, 51% says otherwise. You're out. You're done. You're flagged. You're knocked off. That block does not go on the blockchain. Once 51 of those computers say yes, that's 51%. Then they're like, yes, this block exists, and we validate that transaction. And then it gets locked up and put on the blockchain. So
stamped. It's like the king's seal of approval.
That's right. But like I said, even if you're trying to change and put in fraudulent transactions in here, the amount of money that you're getting through mining is going to far exceed whatever fake transactions you're trying to do. This is how it was built. This is the genius behind the actual technology, is that it becomes way more profitable just to do it right.
Right.
And that's how we're going to see these things happening in all of these different blockchains and all of these different cryptocurrencies. We're going to be incentivized for doing the right thing. We're not going to be punished. We're not going to be chased around with a wooden spoon or pepper spray and things like that. It's just going to be like, hey, if you do it the right way, you're going to get a lot further along than if you're trying to rebel against the system.
Right. It's like pee in the wind. You use the toilet.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to be a no-brainer. And that's what's, like I said, it's good. The cryptocurrency is going to be a light so bright that people just, they're not going to be able to look away. They're going to be like, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Do it.
We're
it
on
won't
board.
Be a no-brainer. It'll be a no-brainer. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Amazing. Amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So we'll be back, on Monday night. We'll talk about some more.
Looking forward to it.
Until then.
Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that post notification button down at the bottom so you guys don't miss a beat. Here on
Cryptocosm.